while it's deleting all the pictures of Chris Evans on my phone. So what is it? It is, it is Thursday. It's Thursday, July 5th, 12:22 a.m. I'm here at James Spence's place. This is Andre.
Whoa.
Yeah. What's up? This is Andre. I just pressed play. My phone told me I had 2% memory left, so I actually am worried at some point during this that it's just going to be like, no, stop recording. You can't. But I think we'll be fine. How are you, James? How was your week?
Fine. I mean.
All right, it's over then. Nothing.
Thanks for having me.
Nothing happened.
It's fine. Just realizing that sometimes I work too much, or just I tire myself out. Really.
You do appear at the theater quite often.
Yeah. More
so than anyone, I think.
That's probably a good and a bad thing, but.
What, you're going to tire yourself out? No, I mean, all you need, like the Joker says, all you need is one bad day. I had that Christmas day, and that made me kind of broke me. I don't know. With Joe and Cody, with Bob managing as Santa Claus.
I've heard of this. I've heard these tales.
Oh, and Ellie. Yeah, I wanted Ellie to run me over in her car, and we were so excited at the idea of killing me. Because everyone was just such a dick on Christmas that it didn't make sense. We were trying so hard to be Christmassy on Christmas Day, and be like, yeah, we're gonna do it together, and it just made it worse.
Yeah. By
having hope, it killed it even harder, and it reevaluated, and it just stuck with me. But the thing is, I always fall back on, hey, it's not Regal, hey, it's not Toys R Us. I can fall back on that at the very least, but the Christmas thing, I'm gonna try to wind down my time at Belcourt. But how long ago was that? That was last Christmas, probably.
Probably.
Wow, that feels like 10 years ago because of how fucking the news cycles are going. I like my new job just as much, but it's less work for more gas money. That's really all I care about is gas money. I don't really care about money in terms of buying books or anything, because you could just PDF of Truth and Comedy on Google. I'm not spinning lies. This is how most people
I know,
broke find
but
it.
I mean, you can always.
Yeah, when I make it rich, I'll buy 60 copies on Amazon and give them away.
I think it's kind of the point, at least for me, in terms of piracy, that it's better, to me, it's better off if it's something really more unavailable. Like if it's something where it's only on this or that and it's just hard to find, then maybe that's okay. But I've gotten to the point where, you realize that a lot of people are working by their bootstraps. They're they're setting up Patreons. They're trying to make do.
Ooh, pay the writers, Harlan. I just heard Harlan say that. But I always think about the necessities or the democracy of the internet. Yeah. You
can think about how, who cares? Like, just to use Marvel and DC, it doesn't impact them. But if you think about an image book, you're taking money out of their pocket essentially. Even though if it is especially if it's say an unknown title that no one has heard of and it's just starting out, like someone who's just starting out their career.
But let's say you don't know that every time you buy an image book, you give it to the author, and you just assume it's like Marvel and DC, because why would you know any different than that? What does any other company have that? Where they don't give you just a fraction of a penny?
Well, I mean, in the business, from what I'm aware, Image is the best because it's 50-50, straightforward. They take 10...
What, artist, writer?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with Image...
How do they make money then?
Well, they take 10% off the office pages, just general
49%, 49%.
Just remember, but really, unlike, say, a Vertigo, or I don't know how it is a Boom, it's the fact that the creators, they have copyright, they have complete ownership over it. I know with Why the Last Man, Brian K. Vaughan didn't have the copyright for it until a couple of years ago, when it reverted back to him, because DC essentially owned it. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
They're not going to do anything with it.
We're making a TV show.
Are they gonna be like, hey, we found ampersand in the Batcave and like do like the thing with Rorschach and be like all the worlds are cracking and colliding. That'd be stupid.
Well, it's and now you're
See, they do that though. That's like, oh, the cool stuff. We'll put Swamp Thing in this. We'll put Animal Man in this. We'll put Watchmen in this. Sandman. Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, as much as it's not, Neil Gaiman's Sandman is still.
It's still
a work for hire character.
But people stayed away from it.
Yeah, I mean they asked permission. Like I know they used death in that Paul Jenkins Action Comics with Lex Luthor like a couple of years ago.
What was that?
I think it was pre-New 52.
Goth chick Death talked to Lex Luthor?
I mean, she was on the cover and everything from what I saw.
That seems like something that...
Yeah,
okay, Paul Jenkins we can kind of trust that he's going to do a good job.
But then you're also dealing with the fact of, like, with Alan Moore stuff, you know, it's not just Watchmen. You have that book, The Terrifics, that Tom Strong's in that. Because all of America's best comics, excluding the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, are owned by DC. So Promethea, Tom Strong.
That doesn't make any sense because Promethea is basically
it's
super duper Wonder Woman.
It's because America's Best Comics was part of Wildstorm, which DC bought.
Yeah, that was a recent development.
Well, recent as of 1999.
That was a recent development. It's not necessarily because they're just now doing Warren Ellis's thing about Wildstorm. What was that? Is that just called Wildstorm?
It's the Wildstorm.
Yeah, and it's like the colliding of universe. Oh shit, I gotta read because he apparently was very proud of what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much of his that I.
He said he's doing another comic book where he's blowing off steam because he was just finished doing Trees and he realized I can't write something now that's not like heady without doing something that's just like explosions now. Mm-hmm. So he's going to do like a spy explosion book with the same author artist he did with Trees. It's just like, let's get the least amount of words and the most amount of panel.
I forget that we both subscribe to his newsletter.
I forget what that one's called though, but the newsletter
Orbital Operations.
The Orbital Operations newsletter is super. I share entire quotes from it sometimes. It's just meaty. But I forget what that one. That one's not even out. So you'll find. Yeah, just look up Warren Ellis.
That's probably one of his like Project Supernova.
Oh
No.
What's the fucking thing? Anthrax, Anthem.
I'm just joking.
Avatar.
No. I mean, I'm just joking. How in his newsletter, any project he can't talk about, he'll name it Project something. And then when it comes out, it's like, hey, I was talking about this.
Damn it.
Like, I think Castlevania was one of those.
Stupid guy writing everything. And then saying that he's a mediocre writer unless he over-researches. And I'm just like, fucking... Well... The best Transmetropolitan story was the one he said he just farted out and didn't spell check. Mm-hmm. About the lady waking up from the past. She said, I just kind of woke up, just wrote something in the morning and then sent it to him and didn't spell check. Didn't get it to the editor or anything. And then the other thing that's my favorite thing is Next Wave, which is just him farting out something after being kicked off of Hellblazer, right? It was something like he did something serious and he got in trouble for it.
Yeah, no, it's because one of his last issues of Hellblazer was about a school shooting and they like canned it.
Well, see, that's just gonna be bad timing no matter what.
Yeah, but
you make a school shooting comic
eventually, but I think that's probably.
It's like when you make a school shooting movie, Dark Knight. Guess what? You may never be able to and properly enjoy it ever because there's always going to be that hot new shooting taking your spot.
I mean, with that, this is a weird.
Now we're here.
No, yeah. With Dark Knight, I don't think it was a good movie. I think.
Really?
Yeah. That
it wasn't fun. It's supposed to make you feel bad, right?
No, but to your point, you're talking about with the subject. I think in my head, I go to, hey, I'm just following your lead.
Yeah, go for it.
That
giggles.
Gus Van Sant's Elephant is just an excellent example of like what you're talking about with this, where yes, it is about an obvious school shooting. It's about Columbine. Specifically, but it's to the point where you're forgetting it. I mean, Dark Knight does that, but it doesn't present it well. But with Elephant,
what am I forgetting? I didn't see the movie. It was so much. It was in and out, and no one came to see it because no one wanted to see. Mm-hmm. If Elephant was there, I don't know if Elephant. I can't imagine Elephant being in theaters and people coming to see a movie.
It won the Palme d'Or.
But that doesn't mean people come to. That doesn't mean people come to see it.
Sure. But I'm just saying with like
stuff wins Palme d'Ors that gets people to throw up. And stuff like those Lars von Trier's things that happen every year.
Well, I hope
worst movie.
Well, I do hope we get his new one that's coming out.
What's that one?
The House that Jack Built.
Because it's
Matt Dillon is a serial killer, and basically he wrote it. It's like the whole idea that
wait, Matt Dillon wrote it?
No, Matt Dillon is in it. He is
dude. I freaked a little bit at the idea of Matt Damon being like, I'm turning a leaf as an older actor. I'm gonna do the Ben Affleck thing. Serial killer. And it made people like throw up or whatever.
Yes,
that's what I hear. That's the thing. That's the branding now. It's like who cares what the plot is? It made someone throw up. We got to see this movie.
I'm right there. Just the fact to have people give that much of a reaction, regardless of their opinion. I mean, you must be doing something. Even if you're bitching about it.
What movies have we heard made people throw up? Like Hostel made anyone throw up?
Like Exorcist, historically.
Oh, Exorcist was just like some shit that people weren't ready for.
There are probably a lot of examples. I mean,
Exorcist was some shit that like people left the theater and were like saying you like burn the theater down because it's cursed and stuff.
Well, this is
Exorcist.
Close to probably what you appreciate with like. Have you seen much like William Castle?
What? No. What? No.
He basically was like dollar store Hitchcock. And that every one of his movies had a theatrical gimmick. So with 13 Ghosts, they had these 3D goggles where you can look in one and you can see the ghost, but if you're too scared, you can look at the other and not see the ghost. Or I forget which movie.
And if you weren't wearing the goggles, it would just look fucked up.
Well, yeah, it was a semi 3D movie, but all of his movies were gimmicks. That's what I was saying.
Is that the Wiggler and the
Tingler?
The Tingler.
Yeah,
Earthquake.
There's one. I forget which one that he had a whole setup in the lobby where people left. It was basically called Coward's Corner, where you like sign a release like I'm a yellow coward, and it was just marketing genius.
Fourth dimension breaking, yes.
I mean, it's a different time too.
But the thing is, the audience has to like really believe that they're a coward. Just people like, I'm gonna sign it because that would break the fucking. Come on, at like 12 Hours of Terror, we're trying to actually kill people. You know, we're trying to actually scare them with our goofy stuff.
I mean, opposite of that, I don't
We're not putting creepy collars on the floor.
Especially what I noticed at work is that with people like walking out, I get it if you have to go there, but if you're seeing something for the first time, why? I'm again, maybe I'm just a hard ass, very just. I gotta see everything.
That's always in the front of my lobe of any movie I pay to see is Takashi Miike being like, I can understand people not liking my movies, but I'll never understand someone who walks out because it's like. You don't know. Yeah, you don't know the whole story, especially what can happen. Probably plenty of reviews. I've stopped a DVD and never got back to it. I've stopped like a show and never got back to it. I mean, I live with never finishing some books. Even though I'm probably the type of person. But it's not. That's not about like the book offended me. I'm going to stop. No. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's abortive. It's like, whoo, man, this is. Also, some books are just like, this is tiring. I had to get a stopping point, and then you come back and you're like, wait, where was happening? Yeah. Or sometimes it's a case where it's not the book, it's just you. It's like, this is not the right time, or it's... That sounds like a thing of, well, it's me, I'm leaving. And it's just like... It does sound like a movie thing. That does, like, actually, when you put it like that, it's like, okay. I do like the idea of, like, this horrible thing, I will finish it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I feel they're getting there at some point because I think, God, back when I still had a Flickster account on Facebook, you remember that?
Flickster on Facebook? I thought Flickster was like a fucking, like one of these real things where you review movie website apps.
Well, yeah,
you know.
but it was
Letterbox.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Why am I shitting with Letterbox? Letterbox is fine. Letterbox are fine people.
yeah. I happen to be one of them.
Flickster is what is of that ilk.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like but why am I Mitch? Because I remember where you had, in addition to the stars, you had like want to see, and also you had like a negative, never gonna see this. And I remember doing that for Cannibal Holocaust, but I feel that at some point I'll probably see it.
Wait, you did it? You rated the movie before you watched it?
I didn't rate it. It was just more like want to see.
Oh,
it was like I have no interest.
Already.
No, I'm
there,
it's an option. It's an option. It's like you can rate something, but you can also be like, "Hey, I want to see this," or "I have no interest." Again, it was like a decade ago.
Okay, so your watch list and your I don't want to watch this list, but it's like, but you don't know
exactly. But like I'm saying, that can change. But to your point, I don't know if I'll tackle a Serbian film anytime too. Maybe that's like the next threshold of going.
I'm ready. I read the the TV tropes and the Wikipedia, and it's just like, okay, I know. See, the thing about Serbian film, I feel like knowing what the left and rights and the plots and the twists of it is the thing that's supposed to be the extra gut wrench. Mm-hmm. So knowing that going in, that it's, hey, you're not just murdering, killing, chopping up. It's also this thing going on that's a sexual faux pas on top of it. I think I can batten down the hatches. If it's like a 4-hour epic, I'd piecemeal it over a weekend. Yeah, to an hour in the morning, hour in the evening, hour in the morning, hour in the evening. And it's a Saturday and Sunday gone, dedicated to Serbian film, because you gotta reach deep into that. That's one of those things where it's like you're not gonna recommend. This isn't for anyone else. Mm-hmm. You're not recommending this to friends ever. You're just reporting to the few. It feels like a responsibility. Like you're reporting for the children and letting them know to stay away from reading the unfunnies or watching Serbian film. And it's one of those things where, oh, it's so awful, blah, blah, blah. And then you actually watch it and you go, wow, that's really awful. No one should actually...
Well, yeah, I mean,
no one should watch this.
I don't know what's going to happen, but with...
it's like to live in Serbia? That's the whole moral of the story?
Yeah, it's some metaphor. But it's deep in disguise under all the...
That is... you know what? Maybe your metaphor is too good when we can only see the meta and not the for. We can only see the forest for the tree. We can only see the trees. No forest here. Just a bunch of just bodies. Ugh. No fun. It's like, what was that movie? Batman vs Superman, where hey, you can beat people up. You can be a doomsday person. What's this movie about? Can we learn something? Can we gain something? Can we get power over responsibility? Can Superman die and mean something? Can Serbian film mean something beyond just like grossing us out about Serbia and everyone go there?
You're forgetting a very important question.
Why am I always forgetting?
No, it's the fact that there can be more than one mother named Martha.
Yeah, well, also if the movie's past 57, it's not about anything. You can just be fun. You could just be a black guy kicking an English guy in the face. You could simplify. You could make it watchable again later on TBS.
But speaking of getting the message very clear and across, how do you feel about a hypothetical Zack Snyder Foundhead movie? Because
that sounds like up his alley. That sounds like almost too up his alley. I like him when he's curtailed. I like him in doses. I notice that he does have some ability to see a layer deeper than superficial, but he doesn't have the power to go 2 layers deep or stay the layer deep. He really doesn't believe his audience is artists or poets, and he really doesn't know how to tell a story with with a consistent underlying themes. He can only do like kind of one theme at a time, I feel. Fountainhead is a very simple, straightforward theme and story. I don't think it's a fun theme or story. I don't think, like, who's the High Noon actor? Come on, Gary Cooper, who's in the original Fountainhead thing. He couldn't make that work. And if the Coop can't do it, in his day and time. Oh, another thing I like about Zack Snyder, he picks actors out of the ass. He is very good with his choices. Michael Fassbender's in 300. Like, Billy Kudrup as Dr. Manhattan. This is like, that's really, like, the people, Malin Ackerman, who turned out after that to be, like, a really good comedic and dramatic actress in, like, the few. Rampage was good. She's a good villain. Children's Hospital. She's fucking, like, actually one of the better parts of that show. But I can't wait for him to try to pick out who's the guy in Fountainhead, the architect guy, Deacon Frost. No, that's the guy from Blade. I don't know. I know it's like a big man, strong name, and it's supposed to be like, this is his type of buildings. Only he would make these, and he should be allowed. And so the actor he would pick for that is probably like going to be like an actual quality. I want to see who he's going to pick for that. I want to see.
He'll be subtle. Do you think he'll be subtly muscled, even though he's just an architect?
Subtly
using his hands.
It will be. He will have to have physically use his. It will be a sex scene. There will be a lot of masculinity. Portents.
Do you think the slow motion?
It's gonna happen.
No, I can picture it now. I can imagine like buildings coming up and forming out of nothing in slow motion, like dreams crystallizing.
You know, there was a Fountainhead movie like 3 years ago. That was like a low budget one that went into Regal 27.
You're thinking of Atlas Shrugged Part 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, I am, I guess. What's the story with Atlas Shrugged? Is it the same guy? Is it a lawyer or something, and it's the same story?
It's some businessman, because the whole deal is like, who's John Galt?
Oh,
and the whole idea.
Shut up with that speech, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole deal.
He speaks longer than a human has lungs in his breath. Yeah, stupid. That's good. That's a good start. Who is John Galt? Fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I mean. He's like these huge masculine names that she picks out for these guys. I imagine the Fountainhead movie. Oh, I wanted him to do Illustrated Man. He was going to do Illustrated Man. Yeah, where the guy's covered in stories and stuff. And that seemed like fucking straight up his alley. And he was going to do it animated. And it's like, fuck, dude, because Guardians of the Galaxy was the shit. There's nothing wrong with that movie, specifically. Because no one really saw it. But that Owl movie, motherfucker, it had chase scenes and was way different than the book, but that's fine because no one read the books. And had some sweet voice actors from Elijah Wood and Hugo Weaving as Villain Owl. But it's he actually, if just as a director, just don't write the thing, don't do that storyboard thing, whatever. But he can do just the utility job. Like, that was his thing. He was a commercial music video guy. We just need you to do this for this. And it's like, done. But him having input on, like, Superman and stuff was weird. Him having input on Batman seemed to fit fine. Like, he seemed a really good Batman director for having Batman. He wanted Batman raped in prison, he mentioned, though. He wanted to have that happen.
I mean, people are upset with
that. It's 2018.
People are upset with that one Kevin Smith story arc where you have Batman pissing himself before like going to a burning building, and he tried to.
It's like a joke.
No,
because I read it, but was it to him like supposed to be like this is a joke?
No,
because I read the story. is it supposed to be a funny thing that happened to Batman?
I don't think so, because I thought I read him saying that he even talked to firefighters about that phenomena.
The widening gyre, whatever that is. Kevin Smith seems like such a closeted smart guy that talks about stupid shit. And he didn't need to have Batman. Yeah, he didn't need to have Batman. Because that's the only thing we remember of the story other than him having sex with Harley Quinn.
Well, it was Onomatopoeia was cool.
Onomatopoeia was, yeah. Where is he, though? He should, yeah, if he's going to show. It's like Husk. Where's Husk now? What's Husk up to?
Well, there's sometimes those characters.
I mean, Hush.
Yeah. Well, Hush, I think pops up here and there. I thought. Did you read?
Is it going to show up in a movie? You think?
No, I mean it would have been a fine animated one of those DC anime movies. That would have been good.
God, how weird. Because he's a guy with guns who quotes Aristotle, so there's something to go with there. But.
And you also,
in terms of the story, it's more like the Hush story I like is that it was a rogues gallery of every Batman villain and more.
Yeah.
And Superman.
Yeah, I mean that's
that was the draw, is that he used everybody against him.
Yeah, it's a partially the Jeff Loeb way, and also the fact hey,
Jeff Loeb
you have Jim Lee drawing a Batman book for a year. Let's have fun.
God damn it! And then Paul Dini tried to rescue it.
Oh yeah, I loved Heart Hush.
Heart Hush. What actually is this thing that what did Paul Dini try to do? He made him revisit his childhood, or did he make him I'm a real gangster, or try to remake my face?
It's been a long time since I read it, but I felt that it just took what was there and just made it better.
Nah, that's what Denny does. That's what he do. But I don't think anyone's gonna follow that. It's like anytime someone tries to follow Gail Simone or Greg Rucka writing Wonder Woman, it's just usually they just go, you know what, we can't do this, so we're just gonna completely start over. How about that? Currently, Wonder Woman's the main person in DC because there's a new thing called the Angry Gods or the Dark Gods that are coming, that have completely taken over Earth, made everyone corrupt. Wonder Woman's the only person that can stop the Dark Gods.
Is this from?
This is a recent shit thing I've read on my Google alerts. Give me the fucking mic. Where it looks like Superboy is in charge of them or whatever. It looked like a Sinestro Corpse level of, oh shit.
I was gonna say, is this from Snyder's dark metal where everybody looks like they're in chains?
They look like they were part of a squad. They had these kind of a rosary things in the middle. Their gold plates in the middle of their chest, and everyone had specific color coded weapons and whatnot. Very Jonathan Hickman looking characters.
Just scratched all your ticks and just I'm gonna read this.
I might actually, if the way it was written in the little synopsis, everyone on Earth is corrupted, including the heroes. Wonder Woman's the only person that can stop it because she's part God. So let's get in there and mix it up. How the fuck? That is an insurgency story of Wonder Woman having to hide and strike, like a Fox unit or something. That would be interesting. I'd be down for that. And then she has to use the lasso of truth to uncorrupt them. That has to happen. And she slowly grows a crew.
I mean, it's true. Bondage probably does open you up a bit.
Yeah, man. You never know till you try. And you're never quite a dom until you sub. And you're never quite a sub until you try and hold down a dom. And then you find out what it's like on the other side. That's how I feel.
From first-hand experience.
That's what I feel. It's always fun to go oh, no, I've broken free of the chains. You weren't as strong as you thought you were. And that's a good lesson. They're gonna make Wonder Woman 2. I think Cheetah is gonna be Kristen Wiig.
Yes. That is confirmed.
That's...
I'm interested.
Oh wait, no, same director and writer?
Yeah,
it's
Patty Jenkins.
That's gonna be fine.
Jeff Johns is involved.
Fuck.
In the writing process.
Fuck. Wasn't Zack Snyder involved in writing?
The first one? He might have gotten a story by credit, but now I think Jeff Johns
fully Jeff Johns, even though Brian Azzarello is
I said you that,
standing right over there.
He's now been promoted to where he's being more involved with the film.
Fuck out of here. I mean, like, actually, he's doing a good job, but fuck him out of here. I don't care. I don't like him for stupid reasons.
Is it just Superboy, or is it something?
It's just the fact he's just childish. I know an intern talked about working with Jeff Johns and how he was forced to go with him on cereal hunts to Kroger and stuff.
Yeah.
Early in the morning to find the right cereals for Saturday morning cartoons, and the Kroger is that you can't keep coming in here and taking pictures of every single cereal box, making sure its expiration dates are the latest, or trying to find the right ones. And he's like, but I need the right cereal. And he's like, just his and like the way he talks, he says everything. His vocabulary is limited to cool and awesome. Like talking about Alan Moore's like, yeah, I read those Swamp Things. Those are the most awesome comics. Those are the cool. It's like that's how he references every story he likes. Also, all the stories he writes, they're not really like. I thought about it. They're not. The things I like about them is that they are not real life. They are not connected to me or Earth or America or anything. They're connected to Hal Jordan's an impossibly courageous hero with he physically cannot give up. That's how much of a hero Hal Jordan is, as opposed to the fucker Kyle Rayner or whatever.
Or any other guys in
the
locker room.
Because Hal is he's the real deals. Anybody else who wasn't the first hero is shit. But that's fine. Whatever. Silver Age stuff. That's fine. It's just the whole thing of completely removing the idea of humanity or the idea of that they are like us is weird. Like kind of making them a little making Superman a little like, oh man, should I be doing this? I don't know. Like a little like, hey, I can't stand to fly. Like a little bit on like, man, I have too much power. Is this right? Should I be doing this? Like in some stories it's good, and then he goes back and knows the right thing to do. Like I think he does that a little bit in Grant Morrison's run, but he's still kind of action wise stays the same. Internally he's fucked up, but externally he tries to figure out. He knows exactly body wise what to do. But with Jeff Johns there is just a straight and narrow. Fucking, I'm the hero. Fuck you guys. Anything bad I ever did, I'm going to rewrite that to make it like a virus got me. I got to read his Earth 2 stuff, though. Because that seems like some fucking wild shit.
You mean like Batman Earth 1?
Batman Earth, no, Superman Earth 2, where it's like the only hero on Earth. No superheroes aren't real. The only hero on Earth is Superman, and he just found this out when he was in like high school. And Batman Earth 2 is the only hero on Earth is Batman, and he's figuring out what is it like Alfred. It shows more Alfred's story of him trying to raise a crazy kid.
Well, they
who's trying to make himself into a warrior.
Well, I think in the TV show and also with Jeremy Irons as Alfred, they kind of took that from Earthbound, where he's more like instead of just the butler, he's like, he used to be like a soldier. He used to have like training.
Yeah, but it's also I like the focus on like he's actually his papa. He's family. Mm-hmm. He's papa. I wouldn't be anything without Alfred. It's like Alfred's. Oh man, the Telltale video game makes it so that you can end the game by kicking Alfred out of the fucking house. It's like. And it's supposed to be like year one of you being Batman, and you've like blinded him in one eye because of like a fucking break-in into Wayne Manor, and you messed up on a situation, and he's tired of you always running out and sacrificing your fucking company for Batman shit, and you can get him to like fucking leave Wayne Manor and be like, yeah, see ya, leave the family, and it's like, no, you aren't really Batman if you don't have Alfred for some reason. You aren't. You need a dude at home. You need that backup guy. You can't do it all by yourself, or you should go fucking You turn into Batman Zero and Ra, where you're super crazy and you never take off the stuff.
But that's also, there's like weapons grade crystal meth involved.
Weapons grade crystal? Hameth? Where?
Don't you remember that phrase in it? He like mentions it in like one of the, again, it's that same arc. People like me, I remember that in like...
What?
Maybe you need to
like he used that? He used weapons grade crystal meth to stay awake?
No, it's a phrase people...
I don't know how crystal meth works.
I don't know, but the fact that it's weapons grade, maybe you need to read R.I.P. again. I know I probably need to read his...
he prepared being mentally kept hostage by having weapons grade crystal meth in his system.
That probably was it. That sounds...
So that he could hallucinate himself into having a hallucination that would fight back against his mind being taken over.
But do you remember, there's that scene, and this also, I guess, ties with Morrison wanting to be like...
sort of a blur, because it all was so just like... I read it very disjointedly. Mm-hmm. So it already was...
But I remember there's this one scene, it's like a flashback where he's with this monk, and they're like drinking tea. Yeah. And then they find out like, oh wait... The monk's thinking like, oh wait, I poisoned you. But it's like, actually, no, you didn't. It's like this weird sort of mind...
Yeah, that sounds like a weird mind thing that Grant Morrison writes.
Yeah, and then just... Oh, crap. There's like a Buddhist technique that he talks about in that arc that's like Thogol.
Taking your spirit out of your body and
something
controlling
like that,
shit. Yeah, that's a Batman thing. That's for sure what he does to prepare for just such an occasion. Just such an occasion where someone's going to get your body and manipulate you, but you can fight back.
Mm-hmm. The whole Zuri and I remember it was just like a
backup.
Yeah, it's a failsafe.
There's no more backup than having a backup identity in your brain just in case you get fucking taken over. Jesus. Have you seen that Grant Morrison show that's on Sci-Fi Channel?
Oh, Happy?
Yeah.
No, I know Patton Oswalt is the...
I know, which makes me worried because it's an expensive-looking, psychic that it's probably not getting a second season, probably, if I haven't heard anything of it from Hulu or anything. Fuck. I actually should have watched it properly instead of how I usually try to watch it. I think I didn't even get to the first episode. I read the whole thing and was like, oh, this looks fun. I know how this goes. This should be fun. Nope. And Grant Morrison totally did write an episode or something. And it's one of the Adrenaline Brothers directing it.
Oh,
the Neville
Dean Taylor, your boy.
Yes, one of the boys. And it's just like I think they directed one of the guys directed every episode. So it looks like a fucking one of their crazy crank movies. And it's, phallic stuff and sweet Christmas saving stuff, along with animated unicorn, Patton Oswalt. All this stuff I could need and use. Why haven't I fucking watched it? It's 10 episodes, too. It's just too much stuff. Tried to watch Runaways and fucking stopped. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm very selective when it comes to TV. I mean, I'm just about to finish the new Twin Peaks series.
I know. I thought I have to watch I haven't even done Twin Peaks end of season 2, so I don't think I can jump in.
Not quite. I will say with this new series, the key to understanding it and what you'll get more out of it, rewatch the movie. There's so much in the movie that's tied in to the series.
I heard that too, I guess. And then you get the audio.
No, I don't know about any of the books.
David Duchovny's in a dress.
Yeah. Among many other instances.
Jesus.
But when I was first watching Twin Peaks, I made the mistake. I watched the movie right after I watched the first season. I hated it. I was like, I have no clue what's going on. This is just bullshit. Then once I watched the whole series, and I rewatched it again, it's like, oh, it makes sense. This is better.
No! I don't want it to make sense. I want it to be stupid. I want it...
It's not stupid. It's almost a case where you're hearing something it's like, this is just gobbledygook. And then once you get a bit more perspective, it's like, oh wow, this is just...
I don't give a fuck about who killed Laura Palmer. I want the townsfolk and their stupid little soap operas that they're doing.
Oh no, that's part of the fun with season 2 too. It's like you eventually find out who's the killer, but then you're dealing with all this sort of side things like
who makes the coffee? Who's the tree lady? Who's the
that's all.
Who's tree lady having sex with? Yeah, and yeah, all the side quests that you do, dude. You got to play Deadly Premonition. It's a Twin Peaks inspired video game. That once I watch Twin Peaks, actually, I go like, oh, it's just stolen. This is just stolen. This is just 100%. Because there's Pan Lady. There's he sees premonitions in his coffee and talks to himself. There's it's just whole tone of it. Mm-hmm. It's just fucking clearly he got it from that. And then you ask him on Twitter, it's like, oh, I've never really seen Twin Peaks. Mm-hmm. It's not really my cup of tea.
Well, that's also what was fun about Riverdale. It's just the fact that you have Archie Comics, you have this sort of CW tween show, but it's like a post Twin Peaks influence of like, this is like messed up stuff going on in high school in the town.
Who's in charge of that? Is that Paul? Is that Mark? Is that Mark Wade or somebody?
No. You're thinking of the comics.
The comics. I'm saying like, who decided to turn that? Okay. Is this a person like who did Angel? Is this a person?
No. So there are two people that are central. Well, one is Greg Berlanti.
Yeah.
So he's an executive producer.
That name comes up too much.
And then the guy who's I think he's still the showrunner, but Roberto Aguirre Sarcasa, who wrote Afterlife with Archie. He also he was mainly a TV. He wrote on Glee. He wrote the book for the musical of American Psycho. He's written a couple comics like Nightcrawler, that Fantastic Four book with Steve McNiven.
What the fuck? Now I'm mad because I try to remember Steve McNiven. I know he did Iron Man with Steve McNiven. He did Old Man Logan. Okay, now I know what it looked like. Whoa! What the hell? So the thing is, all I hear about that show is like it's way better, and it has Josie and the Pussycats.
Yes, and
I think that's sold for me.
I haven't seen season 2, but I've heard that they're gonna do like a new Sabrina show, kind of spinning off from that.
I saw a scene where Jughead was like, "I need to admit to my murder," and it was 100% the same scene from season 2 of Friday Night Lights, where I need to admit my murder, so it's like get this arc over with my dad. It had the same walking down the hall and everything, and it's just like you can't notice that this is Riverdale or Archie at all, and this is not taking place in fucking 1950.
No, this is like current day.
It's fucking wild shit. This is like, and what? And Josie and the Pussycats are playing dubstep. What?
No, they're just like a regular band.
What's regular?
No, I mean like whatever music you play in high school for like talent shows or prom. You never had that at your school?
Whatever the kids think is cool. Yeah, we'll play the Beatle look like.
Also, the fact that all the Pussycats are African American.
I did know. I was just like, wow. There's a lot of.
And there's this weird tension where Archie, he's trying to be a musician. He's like, hey, can you help me write this song?
Oh, God.
And then there might be a thing. Archie just hops around because it's like, oh, it might be with Betty, it might be with Veronica, it might be with, I think Valerie is the one that he tries to hook up, but things go wrong like they do in high school and romance.
To circle this back around to Serbian film, this reminds me of the worst cartoon that God could create, the Archie Comedy Hour. It's such a putrid shit. I thought I was enjoying it, and then I was wrong. Where it's the Archie gang putting on a variety show on a stage. Everyone has jokes of puns that they do gongs with, that they do songs for once the joke is over. Once the joke lands and there's a canned laughter. And then they do sketches that are live action with babies. and then they go back to the cartoon because it's cheaply made. And I recommend anyone to stay away from that or jump right into it.
I was about to say, I know you probably have the link, so please send
it to me. 18 episodes. It's all on YouTube, dude. The Archie Comedy Hour, Archie Variety Hour, whatever thing. It's just an absolute, clear... We did not want to do this show. We were forced to compete with Scooby-Doo and everything else, and we ran out of and we wanted to make it cheap.
Well, I thought at the time their version of Scooby-Doo was the Josie and the Pussycat show. It's the same format, same template.
And then it was like, well, Josie and the Pussycat's doing well, so just make another show. It's like, but we're just not going to make like a fucking mystery show. It's like, well then, do something like what the Happy Days show. There was a Happy Days show that was of similar. It was a Happy Days cartoon of similar quality, and then there was a Happy Days cartoon where they go into the future, into space, where Fonzie's hanging with a Martian little green guy. Hey! And he like punches him in the head, and he works, and he like turns into a big animal.
Does he jump the moon?
He totally goes to different planets and jumps over whatever crevasses they have because they have to use the same animation. Oh my god! It's such a. They had the Partridge Family 2050, where it is the promo shot is the same as The Simpsons, of them in the car and the Partridge Family all waving to audience members. It was a fucked up time in the 70s where people were just like, we gotta make a cartoon because it's really profitable because we make them cheap because Hanna-Barbera has figured out limited animation. All of those have not survived well. They probably all are burnt. The reels, the archive footage has all burned, except for Archie's Comedy Hour, which is a super clear, high definition version I found on a Twitch stream. God damn it. I think about that every once in a while and just be like, fuck. You couldn't like Tim and Eric fake make it bad as this level.
I was about to say, is it like one of those moments where you remember something awkward or stupid you did, you just like retroactively cringe because you just think about it?
I kept thinking it was gonna get like bad, good, funny.
No. So I don't mean watch
so
it.
I made the choice like I'm gonna watch all of this. It's gonna be so funny to explain this later, and it's not. It isn't. It's just.
I mean, with thinking about it, it's just like, oh god, just like having flashbacks.
I want to tell myself to stop watching it in the past because it's not going to be fruitful, and then I could see myself being like, no, but I started something, and it's 2 a.m. No, it's not 2 a.m. But it was a free day that I thought I had to use on my internet with my internet cartoon enthusiast. It's like, yeah, this is stuff that no one else knows about, and now we're going in real nerdy deep, and you're an archivist, you're a historian for knowing this, and it's like, no one really needs to know about the Archie Comedy Variety Hour. Check it out. 18 episodes, I'm sure. It's like 50 minutes.
Well,
I don't. What's like a scarring television show? Because now we seem to be only watching good ones. We seem to be only watching good ones. Because there's so much.
Okay, well, by scarring you mean like...
I watched episode 1. Well, I got to finish this. Episode 2, I guess. Episode 3 is still...
Oh, I think with television... If you don't mean this is just hot garbage, but I'm watching it anyway...
Hot.
But...
Garbage.
If you're talking about episodes where it just like knifes you in the heart, like where did this come from? Why am I feeling this?
That's different. That's like the house episode where the guy just all of a sudden commits suicide. But
yeah. I mean, but that's just the beauty of television, is that you just can set it up and have those moments. I think.
I keep hearing about the thing of it's gonna get better after season 1 type stuff. Those shows. I keep
hearing reading that there are all those comments like with Parks and Recreation, like don't watch the first season, or Star Trek New Generation, like don't watch the first season. It's like why? It just
they're not the same characters.
It's like that silly quote: "If you can't handle me at my best."
They're not the same. It's not the same show. It goes completely. Like, there's a character who is a holdover from the first season that leaves her at the end of the first season, is never mentioned. He was like he was going to be the like boyfriend, I think, of like A.B. Poehler's character or something, or the counselor, and he leaves and is never, ever, I don't know, I didn't watch the last couple episodes, but he's never fucking mentioned again.
On a similar note, do you enjoy recasting in the midst? Like, hey, on Beverly is different, but we're treating her the same.
I want it to be a thing like in Mummy 3, where they go, wow, I feel different. Where it's like they've recast Rachel Weisz, and it's like a new actress, and it's like Mira Sorvino. And it's a really good, like she was in History of Violence actress. And she goes like, hey, it's not like, I'm not going to be like last time. And it's like, okay, you say it up top, you're bringing your flavor to it. The Rock. I'm trying to think of G.I. Joe and all this stuff. It's like you're bringing your flavor to it. It's a different tone. Fine. And also that guy on Game of Thrones that everyone gets mad about that fucked Daenerys or Khaleesi, and then they switched it because he had to leave because he was going to be on Hitman, the movie. He was going to play the Hitman next to Zachary Quinto. And so they get this other guy, and he's completely dressed different, got different hair, different body build and stuff. He's supposed to be the Ultimate Warrior for that time. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine when it's like, okay, fucking completely we're not going to put makeup and make him look like the other guy. Completely different mood, all right? And he's a different actor. He's got different skill sets. He's got different vibe when he does dialogue and when he meets people. And that's cool. And that means that they use creativity and had a vision that had to adapt, as opposed to, let's just get someone who looks like Michael Chiklis also. Let's get this. Let's shave.
Beautiful bald template.
Yeah, we need someone. We need his twin brother. Did that happen? I'm trying to remember. Sarah Paulson is a twin sister. There's some actor who they were like, oh, she's gone. Let's just get her twin sister. I think it was Sarah Paulson. She has like a fucking straight up twin sister.
Urge is a good stand-in.
Just a good ass stand-in. There are some that are just like, waiting to be actors or actresses. When you switch out, let's see, when it's better, fucking Marty McFly. I think they made the right choice from the guy who.
But that's different. That's like, well, that's a rare exception.
Oh yeah, on the television show where you've gotten used to the person.
Yeah, it's like
Phil Hartman as Zach Brannigan, and then Billy. Oh fuck! I'm
saying.
saying.
No, I'm saying.
Billy the Kid, yeah. Billy Flynn, yeah. Billy.
I know the guy who voices Fry.
Billy Mitchell, yeah. The guy who voices Bugs Bunny. Yeah, the guy who voices Fry, and he knew exactly how to get the same tone as Zach Brannigan, and it was actually amazing that they could use that character ever again, because it's like the fucking lawyer guy from Simpsons. They can't use him ever again because of how iconic Phil Hartman made that voice, but. And it turns out, I can do the Phil Hartman voice. It's like, oh, cool. Same with Uncle Iroh when Mako died.
Oh,
and
Avatar.
Yeah, and it's like, turns out I can do a fucking pretty good Mako. In fact, I can do him for ahhhuh if you need me to. And I was like, okay. And it's like, it's actually totally fine.
Yeah, but
because he's a good actor.
Yeah, I mean, it's also very tricky when you have a very iconic voice like Mako's, where you can't.
Oh, but they had also an episode of him being completely silent.
Yeah, no, I heard about this, and where it's a tribute to him.
It was like, okay, they had a tribute episode where it's like, the character is mourning his son from a battle, and they made that into a rest in peace Mako thing where it's just like so fucking heart-wrenching sad. But then the next it's like the last thing that got Mako to do voice for, his character gets captured. And they figured out production-wise how to make that when he got captured so that he was a silent prisoner. And he didn't respond to anything. And it just made him like more like, well, what's he going to sound like? And you kind of forgot that and got drawn into, like, why is he silent? What is the story? And that made it, like, kind of ease the pain of having just making it, like, the first, like, hey, I'm still me. It's like, no, you're different because the actor's gone. Mm-hmm. I like it when they address it. Yes, that's, I guess, my main thing. I love it. Cops are coming. Cops coming. What are we doing? Oh, that's... Wow. I thought we already passed it. It's already past an hour.
I think it might be good to change gears. The fact that...
What's your idea?
No.
What's your idea? Yeah.
No, the fact that... Again, I don't know your loyal listeners out there, that the fact that we might have exhausted the pop culture, movies, TV, whatever. Let's get, since this is your show, let's get to you. Let me my finger point at you.
Let's go back.
What's going on with you and that old
what?
Tinder?
Oh,
Any shenanigans there?
I just got a message from Tinder that they were going to make me a shadow. They were going to remove my Tinder soul. I got a notification that said I hadn't used Tinder in a such and such time, that they were going to make me invisible or whatever. So I check in and see I got a message from Angela, a friend of someone who we work with, who's saying, like, hey, there's a thing at the Frisk. It'd be cool if we go to this thing about, what is it? Nick Cave? And it's a black guy Nick Cave, not the musician Nick Cave.
I know, I remember that exhibit. So wait.
And then I was like, shit.
She was messaging you and not someone who knew her?
No, I should give her my phone number just because it's like, this is a situation that feels delicate because I feel like I'm going to hear about her regardless. She comes by the Belcourt. She works with Bob. She works at the Children's Theater. There's no way our worlds aren't going to cross again. So I got to be friendly. I got to be cordial. I'll probably go meet up. I got to be. And I can be, because it's what I do now. It's what I am. Whatever. James, who's going to listen to this. James, you were here the whole time.
I won't. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I won't listen to this.
You probably won't. There's no point in either of us listening to this. We were here.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair to you, you're the one that posts this, so you just sometimes listen to it.
I don't know. Yeah, I always feel an obligation on Tinder to be like, yeah, sure. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'll respond. I'm a person who has a hard time saying no. When they respond out, I'm going to try to respond back unless I get lazy and completely forget that I fucking have the app on, and then I get a fucking notification saying that I'm going to be deleted. I'm going to be shadowed or muted off the app.
Have you been...
Bumble's been okay.
Oh, right. How's that?
Bumble's been so nice, but it's just all... Girls are bad at this thing. They're really... All of them, it's just like, guys, hey, sup, hey. So, okay, either that or just the first question is, what's your favorite book?
I was about to bring that up.
It's fucking stupid. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit what your favorite book is? Hey, what's your favorite movie? Let me judge it. What's your favorite book? I'll tell you what I'm reading right now, and then it's like a whole bunch of comic books in a row that I'm in the middle of, and then a whole bunch of silence on the other end. And I have to, like, I feel like you can't just come out and be like, yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan. Like you gotta kind of be like, I get this. I also got some of these. I got some of these Superman comics. They're rare. The good ones.
That reminds me of a webcomic I saw where it's a guy on a date, and this has been like photoshopped and to use whatever, but the guy's like to the girl, I have something to tell you. And he's like, I'm a big anime fan. She's like, oh, okay. He's like, no, I'm a really big anime fan. And there's like a pause, and he's like, oh God, no.
I'm trying to warn you. I'm trying to let you know. Hey, I'm really into Jesus. It's like the same level of, okay, I have to prepare now. I have to get ready. What are you going to bring to me about Jesus? What are you going to bring about Spider-Man? Are you tattooed? Are you wearing a Spider-Man thing? No, I'm wearing a Cookie Monster thing.
I think I saw like a tweet from EC3 saying like, don't bring up you're a wrestling fan until like 4 months in dating or something like that.
Yeah, don't bring up that you do stand-up either. Oh, you must be so confident. Oh my god, what's a joke? Oh
How do you get some money?
I can't believe it. Are you gonna talk about me and your
No, okay, speaking of jokes and Tinder, I see all these screenshots of just like bands and jokes just to like set up like phone number or anything. You don't do that on there? You don't like try out material? It's just more like,
you
hey,
can.
but I'm saying you haven't
I'm
like done
curious. No, I mean that really works actually. That whole thing of you look up a fucking chemistry joke or whatever. You look up a chemistry joke, you sound smart. Oh, you good? I want to tell you a noble gas joke, but all of them are argon. It's like, this guy, he's clever, but also he knows about chemistry. I don't know what argon is or whatever, or maybe they do. Who cares? But it's like funny and it makes you seem like you're a bon vivant.
Maybe not pre-prepared, but just the fact like you see, say you match with a girl and you just make a joke based on her name, like riffing off of that.
But the thing is, riffing, improv, all these jokes in text form just come off like angry rants as opposed to knock knock. Who's like the classics?
Yeah.
The real solid, real A+ steak, chicken crossing the road classics that everyone wants to hear.
Well, maybe
because no one respects like the fact that I tried to do a joke, impromptu, and it didn't.
Is your problem that you haven't gone out of caps? You're just sending all your messages and it sounds like you're yelling it?
No, it's
not that simple.
It's just your first impression. It's got to be A+, or it's got to be something that it's like, I don't really get the joke. Am I being made fun of as a money man? And it's like,
oh yeah, no, I mean,
if it's funny, it doesn't matter. But it's tough. It's tough to gauge what they're, because sometimes some of them put, I have a great sense of humor. Fuck you. What type of sense of humor? Dry, British, moribund, light. You only like PG. You only like jokes involving self-decrimination. You only like jokes involving dead babies. Where is your guiding line? Where's your field of view, field of study? You can do it like degrees or majors. I got told, I read this thing by my ex that was very enlightening. She said she was on some dating apps and had trouble, and she said, like, my ex was into wrestling, comics, and movies, and all those things that probably he's not going to meet a lot of women at. And I was like, yeah, she's right. All these things I am interested in, anime, whatever. Anime you can kind of find, but anime has a demographic problem where it's just it's for everybody and everything. So you can find kid anime, adult man anime, and lady anime, and gay anime, and all sorts of stuff.
Wowie yowie.
So wowie yowie in there like swimwear, pop pop, can't stop. Hey, Yuri on Ice, check it out. It's fucking best show of 2016. It got banned in Russia in some parts.
That's the sound of a plug there.
Had to be edited.
Jeez, get your mind out of there.
No, man, it's good. It's good. We stay here. Okay.
That's why. Like
that's why. Hey, maybe don't just keep sawing at the things that you keep sticking with. What keep dancing with keep dancing with what can't bring you. That's why I'm trying to learn about drag. So I'm trying to learn about listening. What other things are ladies into? One-man shows, sketch comedy, improv. Ladies seem to really be more into that than stand-up because it's a communal thing. It's a character-based thing and not just goofy situations.
I don't know.
Yes, we don't know. That's the big thing. Is what the fuck? I don't know. So I'm trying to get into interests that are primarily feminine, and then work backwards to be like in the group and be like, hey, yoga. That's another thing. Do DDP yoga with them. Yoga with them and hear what they talk.
That's
hear the discussion points and be like, oh, this is the music you guys grew up with. It's different than mine. Oh my God, I cannot. How many fucking Death Cab for Cutie style bands I gotta know now to stay in conversation with white ladies is crazy. Like, how many bands that sound like song titles when you line them up? They're Tomorrow Nevermore and all these other bands that just like
that's probably
I had no nostalgia for, except for Crazy Taxi too.
Not Jet Set Radio.
No. Jet Set Radio had club mix stuff, Dragula, and maybe all them things.
What if you're saying it's more just
Vader Brothers,
just like a certain type, or just this town?
Yeah, maybe I should have listened to more. I had no idea. I don't know why I didn't figure this out until I went to Tribe to show that drag show that Kylie Minogue is just beloved by gay dudes. Why does that? Britney Spears sort of made sense. Yeah. Kylie Minogue, I didn't know they were such a big fans of Street Fighter the movie and Cammy's interpretation. That's like where I'm coming from with Kylie Minogue, because isn't that what everyone likes her for, being the actress in that movie with Van Damme? No one, come on. They had to get a British person, so they got an Australian who could sound British alongside Van Damme, who sounds French for an American, who has a fucking American flag tattooed on him.
Well, he sounds French.
Happy July 4th.
He sounds French because he's Belgian.
He sounds French because he's fucking Belgian. And he's a fucking real-ass fighter. Like, he did actual MMA type shit. Like, he could, same with Wesley Snipes, he could fucking actually bring some blows.
Real deal.
He's a real deal O'Neal. I don't think this is anything that got a girl's
Well, no. But
that's the thing. It's like the stuff. It's like I have to reach out because they're not going to come across. They're not going to fucking play video games. They're not going to fucking learn Bruce Lee movies.
No, it's. I can't even know. I'm not.
Yeah, we're wading into not even water, into sand, into
well, basically,
sand traps.
Basically, I'm doggy paddling bullshitting here because I'm not one to speak on this.
We're walking into quicksand
but
for sure.
Also, you have to remember.
What do I have to remember?
No, I mean not to remember.
What do I have to remember, James?
I think.
Take a shot.
Well, for one, this is just a general. This is not.
No, you have to generalize. Yes.
So. You have to remember that some of our coworkers point out to you that there are always these women that come in there and be like, "Hey, who's that guy?" And they're talking about you. They're
Aww.
I thought a few of them have talked to you about that, and also
Jesse. The fuck.
There are a few, but I'm saying that it's. I mean, you can think and fumble and bumble and just think that. All my interests are a deterrent.
There's a goddamn reason why I have only...
Even despite yourself, you have to remember...
There are pluses in this column. I think I get my own way. And I think, whose fault is that? Oh, look, it's that guy in the mirror, Andre. But I think improv could help.
I mean, also the fact that your interests and your bread and butter are very public, performative arts, and then it's just, I mean, that comes across. You're not reserved there in the corner. You are present. I mean, you can't help being you, and obviously that notes attention.
Ladies, yeah, they seem to know that when it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that does help lubricate conversation when they see me perform on something in some form or fashion, if it was karaoke or singing or an acting thing. But I don't. Wow, I'm such a purist. I don't want to be known as that. I want to be a real person to them. No, who cares? As long as whatever works, I guess. Whatever, because that is me, and that is my performance. That is my essence. Wow, I use that word essence. Fucking deleting all of this. This is not ever hearing the light of days. I don't think...
No, okay, so you finish your point.
No, I have no point.
No, I was saying, are you... Again, this is very informed because we haven't gone to this depth because we're on the... This is like getting deep into the ice.
Yeah, we're in overtime.
No, I mean, I'm talking about in general. We always... On the top layer of just pop culture, our common interests, we're getting to the bottom here. When it comes Are you very selective? I know, obviously, like anybody, you like certain things with women or whatever. But
yeah,
is it just
big old butts? But I don't think that. It's always like, hey, I want to know if they have a big butt in the picture.
No.
But then I'll move past that because I'm a human being. Because the Tootsie comment by Dustin Hoffman that I saw a month ago with Angela and Laurel, that changed me because he talked about behind the scenes like, hey, can you make me prettier as a lady? He's like, no, this is the best we got. And it made him like cry and be like, all the interesting women that I ever met that were funny and were smart that I just ignored because they weren't a type that I liked. It's like, I think about that every time I'm on like Tinder, Bumble.
I was about to ask that, like, are you very
fucking pictures?
I was gonna say, are you very selective? You're not saying yes to all. You're just being a little.
I feel so guilty whenever I say no more than twice, and I just know I'm supposed to be selective because you can't say yes to everybody because you'll just fucking not be happy.
Well, plus you might run.
And you have a particular whatever, but also you don't know what this human being is capable or talkative of. Maybe they're not presented very well. Maybe they didn't pick enough. They pick one picture. That's whose fault? Okay, I'm judging them super hard on that, but I should let that live. Let that mistake live.
I mean, odds are good it could be a bot.
Oh yeah, that too.
Well,
I feel like I haven't. I always feel like if they are too pretty, too funny, there's no way you're single. I think that's a big fucking thing. That pretty girls run into that. That's why pretty girls stay single for a long time because dudes just go like, you're fucking. There's no way you're a human bot.
Are you just anticipating you like message who's like, oh wait, I have a boyfriend?
It's not even about like I'm intimidated because that's a part of it. You get past that because you're desperate. You get past that and then you go into. There's fucking no if you weren't single when I just turned around, you are not single by the time I've like looked back at you because the dude has claimed you, I think, and he's waiting outside and he's gonna lift you up and carry you on his back to the house with his neck tattoos. You don't trust your eyes on these things, especially if it's like too good to be true. But you have to like have crazy dictator insane level confidence to just like be any sort of to get what you want, to get any sort of what I don't want to use the word success. I'm sorry, phone. I'm looking at you like you're a person, phone. I don't want to use the word success or winning or tally points, but it is hey, I got a girlfriend, a sexual partner, a gal pal, or someone who doesn't want to talk to me anymore. That's a loss. That's a loss. Because you're supposed to connect with people in some form or fashion. I don't think, if I hung out with someone, I don't think there's any way I'm not going to want to try to be their friend. I always want to be everyone's friend. So that's just what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to end up becoming anything more. That's what I worry about with all those girls that say, I'm not for hookups. Like, you don't know if you're going to get married from a guy who just wanted a little hookup, but hey. That's you do you, I guess. I guess you figured that out.
Well,
and you can't trust dudes.
It probably depends on like where they're at in their life. Be it if they're like in school, if they're like close to our age, where you're like I'm noticing so much now where I'm seeing friends from high school who are like engaged and getting married. I'm like, woo, I'm fucking up.
Woo. No, man, dude, it's better than getting married and then oh shit, that wasn't supposed to go. A cousin of mine got married recently, and it was just all. There's a lot of bad feeling in the air. Like the other family didn't jive with our family, and we tried to like reach out, and then there was a wait list at the church. Like some people on my aunt's side couldn't get in because there was like a bouncer, and then it was brought to the bride's attention, and she was like, "Don't fuck this up for me, buddy, with your mom." And then he was like, "What did my mom do?" And I was just like, "What?" Anyway.
Well, that's also, you're dealing with, I'm just remembering something my dad.
It's like, that's day one.
Yeah. The fact also with, like, if you happen to, in your lifetime, be married more than once, like, the first wedding, it's not just for you. It is just for everyone else. It's like the whole, you have to have the fireworks, you have to have the 3-ring circus, you have to just go all out, because it's...
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
And then if then for round 2, if that happens,
round 2.
I'm saying if that happens, if you try again, it's much smaller. It's just like you don't need to do all that.
This was a small ass wedding that I missed by arriving late 30 minutes. It was over.
Were you like in the graduate just like banging to get in and?
No, I was standing outside and they were blowing bubbles or whatever, and I was just like, oh, wow, this was fast. Now the reception? No, now to an improv show, I guess, because I feel guilty about not, because I said I was going to come to this, because if I didn't come to this wedding, every woman in the family would have been like, how dare you? Where were you at? An improv show? You're a piece of shit. Every dude would have been like, I don't care, because you didn't, what were you going to do at the wedding? Like step in, jump and save somebody? No, because I know CPR now, because of the hospital job. I felt an obligation because I got tweeted at. I got mentioned in the ad for the fucking thing. It's like, we got stand-ups during the show if you guys want to, from this community. I know you guys are waiting for him to do a show. Fucking, I haven't done an improv show. I'm so bad at organizing stuff. I'm sure the marriage is going to be fine. Hey, cousins, it's going to be fine. Don't worry about him. He'll deal with it. I don't think getting married is the smartest thing, but that's kind of what makes it cool, is that you do it against logic and reason, and because that's how swept away you are with it. But I don't know. I was thinking of doing that, but that's just because I didn't have any vision. I didn't really have any vision.
I feel like
outside of the relationship of what my life would be like. I didn't think I'd be here doing podcasts talking to you in my free time. I thought my free time was just going to be hanging with a girl and her family, Holly and her family. I didn't really plan any future beyond that. I didn't think I'd get another job. I thought I'd be working at Belcourt and then travel around when I could. But
you can change.
I'm so changing. I have so much free time during the week. I could fucking go to Chattanooga. Oh man, that's gonna be wild.
Now, I'm picking up another point from earlier. You were asking me how I was doing.
Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah.
But the kind of point with that is that I don't mean to be suspicious, but you saying that, does that mean you're fine? Or are you just asking just to unleash? Is something bothering you?
I have this thing where, since I'm working at the hospital, I actually want to know where folks are coming from and how they're doing. Ever since Mr. Rogers thing, I'm trying to actually figure out, like, reach out to my friends and be like, are you okay? No, it's the suicide stuff that happened a couple of weeks ago, where it's like, hey, do you need anything? Are you all right? Are you sound? Do you feel like you're loved? Are you okay? Because I want you to know you're all right, and that if you need anything, you need to talk about it. Fucking come on. But I'm trying to get in that mode of, seriously, let me know. I don't want to just be like, oh yeah, fine, and I try to push that by not saying, no, really tell me. I try to push that by really telling you how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. And then by osmosis, you go like, whoa, okay, well then I'm feeling this way. But it ends up becoming like a boomerang thing of, most people say fine, and then I go, whoa, and then they go, wow, you're going through stuff. It's like, no, I'm handling it, I think. And then maybe the next time I ask them, they'll be like, hey, how are you doing? It's like, oh, this is what I'm doing. So how are you doing? That's the kind of seed I want to put.
Well, I obviously it's very important before you can, again, this is going back to Warren Ellis's newsletters. I have it so lodged in my brain, the whole idea of when a plane goes down and the oxygen masks fall, they always tell you, put your mask on first before you put it on the person next to you. Basically, you have to take care of yourself before you can help anyone else.
No. Okay.
It's
but that's not what Captain America... Okay, that's stupid. Anyway, yeah, you're right.
I mean, you can be altruistic. You can be it's again.
I am here. No,
I think about this
powers.
too. I mean, the I can't say I know the Bible by heart, but I think of this whole idea that you can give away all your possessions, but if you don't have love in your heart, it means nothing. It's nothing really.
I don't know. You gave away all your possessions, man. That's something.
But
You're just an angry, greedy person that's poor now.
But you get what I hope you get what I mean. It's just that there has to be something there.
This is a bargain. I gave away all my stuff. Now can I get into heaven? Yeah. It's like if it's like that.
No.
It's like okay. I'm trying to like look at the real.
Yeah. No, it's effective. Like if you give away if you're giving away all your stuff and you're.
If I donate all this money to this, then it'll.
But if you don't, it's like if you don't mean it, then it's not worthwhile or anything.
It's not worthwhile to you, but it could be worthwhile to the people that get the stuff. You know, they won't know a difference unless you ask for it back.
It's something I think about too. That like faith without works is really nothing. It's tricky.
It's you want to be the purest of it, but I know for a fact that a lot of people can't tell the difference sometimes when the person is being a huckster to you and giving you stuff and being just like, no, just seriously, I don't need all this stuff and you probably need more. I want to help. I want people to stand up on their own. I'm trying to think about like if I've done that where I've just given stuff away just because without really putting my heart into it. Maybe my Super Nintendo games, I didn't want to give those away. There was a high school giveaway thing for poor kids, and I gave away all of my. I'm almost like 80% of my Super Nintendo games. And I think about that all the time, and I just like, why shouldn't I have done that?
Well, to circle back to where I started from, that basically in working on yourself and in improving
oxygen mask.
Yeah, that idea, and from there, hopefully people can tell, and then you get more of what you're hoping for. I don't know what that would be, but just the fact that
fulfillment and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Purpose. Yeah.
I just to speak personally, for me, I know doing DDP yoga, it's not just the fact that it's helped me. It's caused me to lose weight. It's become a real benchmark of my life because I do it. I've done it 3 days a week for 2 years now, and it's just so important to me.
I didn't know you're still doing it. Okay.
No, I'm committed because I've seen the results. Because before I did sports, but I was like the chubby kid and I was just overweight. And then once I started doing it, and just the fact that I lost any weight and just seeing the results for myself and just the changes, that was just amazing.
And I know DDP does like motivational speaking when he does this, as he do, and also in yoga in general is motivational. Reach towards the ceiling. Imagine, all your goals for today. The person that you probably didn't want to talk to.
He's basically like that, but just more like Jersey Bro. Just remember,
for guys.
Just remember, it's just like if you get knocked back, if you fall,
get knocked down.
No, it's like if you get knocked down doing something, just get back up.
His voice is so incredible. Look at Kimberly. Anyway,
that's not it.
I don't know. Whatever. Oh, that's my next impression is DDP. I have to come up with 10 impressions for next There's improv shows where it's like, give me your 10 impressions. I'll find them and mix match them with other people, and it's like, really? I'll do 10 shitty ones then. Buffalo Bill and DDP and Patrick Warburton and I don't know, fucking who else? Marlon Brando. Yeah, I do. I like doing. It's just nothing much there. It's just good nasal patch, just tough out. And then chewing on something in my mouth like I'm a cow.
You're just a grocery boy sent to deliver a bill.
Just a cook. that's actually Steven Seagal and Richard Nixon. Listen, all of these dated ass fucking impressions. I got them down because no one's doing them. Oh God, yeah.
If you're good, you're good.
No, I'll do my Mike Pence. It'll be great. I'll do my Scott Pruitt.
Is that where you if you just move as far away as you can from a woman in the room and be like, you're not my wife, you're not my wife.
And do my Ben Carson, fucking struck up, slow molasses guy. I'm really worried about that. You need some sort of hobby. Your place is so clean, and this lets me know you're doing the Jordan Peterson shit of keeping your shit in order.
To be fair, I'm like, this is not me. This is more just like common living area.
But the thing is, this makes, when you walk in and it's like this, that affects your mood.
Oh, sure. I mean...
as opposed to it being like... Like, and you go in your room, it's a different story, whatever, you go in your bathroom, it's a story, but when you walk in and it's like this, it does affect your mood. And I like that, and I want to get, my room is a fucking, I told my mom not to have a cleaner come in. We have a cleaner usually clean up my room, and I don't like that. What I need to do is get rid of a bunch of shit. But get rid of all my clothes and all my coats and all my books and all my DVDs and maybe not all my games. Games are very sacred. I'll put those in the lockbox.
You're reminding me. Do you remember, if you knew this? There's from a couple of years ago. There's a book that everybody was raving about. It's just the art or the magic of tidying up.
It's an idea of, hey, is this special? You hold up something and you go, is this special to me, or is this?
Yeah.
Can I live without it? Yeah, Holly talked about that stuff where it's like, hey, is this special to me? The St. Clair, Roma, Virginia, some Japanese lady, St. Clair, telling you, hey, you got to look at what you have and be like, is this dear to me, or is this like just an extra fucking piece of material that you're just want to hog because you got this capitalist blood running through your veins that lets you know, like, yeah, I have stuff, so there's stuff to steal other than the valuable things, I guess, but. I gotta get rid, because I have like 24 coats that I keep getting from my dad, and I just then I need to get rid of. I need a Goodwill. And my mom's mad at me that I'm getting rid. It's like, you gotta hide this from your dad. It's like, no, it's like, whatever. Because if he keeps giving it to me, I have to tell him I'm gonna get rid of them. Because these coats, I only have one back. I need a raincoat, a winter coat, and then the cool Punisher thing, and then a cool other coat, which is my fur coat. I don't need any other fucking coats. I don't want...
Do you have a small closet, or is this just like...
I have a closet that has my mom's stuff in it, because my mom's closet is fucking super small. She took over the guest room, she took over her own closet, and she just took over my closet. And I bet she's going to take over her sister. She probably already has my sister's closet. And she's just...
Cat's out the bag.
I don't know. Cat's out bag. Bag's cat. The bag can't be cat. It's just, it's good because it gives me limited space, and that means I have to have limited choices, and it means having a bunch of choices for me is bad, because I just get stifled, so I need to limit these things down, pare this down. I need to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I have a whole bunch of books still over Holly's place, fuck, I just realized that. I need to bring them over instead of keeping them locked in prison, in Shawshank.
It's basically going to turn into almost like a hostage exchange where it's like, I have your stuff, you have mine, and then just...
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's gonna develop into that if you don't take care of it.
It's gotta get emotional. Okay. I think this is enough. I think we've done almost 2 hours. No, an hour and 28 minutes. I think this is... Oh man. I'll do an all Holly episode next time. How about that? I'm going to promise that. Yeah. Fuck it. No one's listening except James. And James was listening to this one.
I'm not listening to this one.
Why would you?
When I'm not on, I will definitely listen to it.
Yeah, and make sure to send your emails to andrepressplay@gmail.com. James, the one person who does that. And I'll do it, sure. I did it to remind myself to go see Childish Gambino in October. I love my new job, hospital. Everyone's a fucking baby. Everyone's like, ooh, I can't walk. Everyone's 20, and I'm going to fucking be running that place soon, I feel like. Bye, everybody. It's an hour and 29 minutes. This needs 2 parts. Does this really even record? Because usually like a little marker goes up and down here. A little like a volume thing. But whatevs. Hey, The